In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a simple web app that can display Chinese characters and animate their stroke order. When you type a Chinese character, the app will show the character, its pinyin, its meaning, and also animate the strokes so you can learn how to write it correctly. We'll build this using Python for the backend and JavaScript for the frontend, and the whole project is actually quite small and beginner-friendly. By the end of this video, you'll understand how all the files work together and how to build your own Chinese writing tool. Before we start coding, let's first look at the structure of the project. This project contains 4 main parts. The first file is app.py, which is the main backend program written in Python using Flask. It creates the web server and sends the web page to the user. Inside the templates folder, we have index.html, which is the web page users interact with. It contains the interface and uses the HanziWriter library to animate the Chinese character strokes. Requirements.txt, which lists the Python libraries needed for the project, such as Flask and Unicorn. Cdict.txt, which stores the Chinese characters along with their pinyin and meanings. The backend reads this file and converts it into a Python dictionary. The browser loads the HTML page. The page requests character data from the Flask backend, and the backend reads the dictionary file and returns the information. So overall, the HTML handles the interface, Flask handles the backend logic, and the dictionary file provides the character data. App.py is a small Flask web app that lets a user input a Chinese character and get its pinyin and meaning from the Cdict dictionary. At first, we need to import Flask tools. Flask is used to create the web application. Render_template loads an HTML file from the templates folder. Request reads data sent from the web page. This creates the Flask application object. This function convert_pinyin converts number tones into tone marks. The dictionary tone_map defines how each vowel changes with tones. Then finding the tone number, removing the number, and replacing the vowel with the tone mark. Next, we load the Chinese character dictionary. The dictionary is stored in a text file called cdict.txt. Each line contains a character, its pinyin, and its meaning. The Python program reads this file and converts it into a dictionary object. This allows us to quickly look up information about any character. So, when a user types a character, the backend can search the dictionary and return the corresponding pinyin and meaning. Next, we define a route. This means when someone visits the homepage, Flask will send the indexed HTML file to the browser. So the browser loads the HTML page, and the interface appears. This function runs when users open the page. Initially, the page shows nothing. When the user submits a character, this reads the input from the HTML form. If the character exists in the dictionary, get pinyin and meaning. This sends the data to the HTML page. So locally you can run Python app.py. But when deploying on render, it uses Unicorn instead. Indexed HTML is the front-end web page. It displays the character, animates the stroke order, and lets users practice writing Chinese characters interactively using HanziWriter. Doctype HTML tells the browser this is an HTML5 document. HTML is the root element that contains the entire web page. Metadata defines the page to correctly display Chinese characters. Sets the browser tab title. This loads the HanziWriter library. It provides functions for stroke animation, writing practice, stroke order diagrams. The file is loaded from JSDeliver. A CDN lets you use a library without downloading it locally. The style section controls how the page looks. Page layout, main character display, button styling, and stroke diagram container. Page title displays the main title on the page. This creates a form where the user enters a Chinese character. When the button is clicked, the Flask app receives the character. These values come from the Flask backend for pinyin and meaning. The function render fanning strokes draws mini stroke diagrams to show stroke order step by step. HanziWriter creates the animated character. This repeatedly animates the stroke order, so the user can watch it continuously. This loads stroke data for the character. This loop creates progressive diagrams. Each diagram is drawn using the function render fanning strokes. This activates interactive writing practice. Users must draw the strokes correctly. The library checks stroke order, stroke direction, accuracy. This web page allows users to enter a Chinese character, and it displays the character's pinyin, meaning, and stroke order. The page uses the HanziWriter library to animate the character strokes and provide interactive writing practice. It also generates small diagrams showing each step of the stroke order.